the Mercedes Sprinter van Stone was riding in had turned over on the roadway before being shot by an 18-wheeler.
But I'm getting too nice with this. Ain't no way that I'm going outside. My pockets been heavy as shit.
What's poppin', M2T? It's your boy Ron on the channel to be. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button whenever you pull up to the channel. And while you at it, hit that post notification button for your boys whenever I drop. You can hop up in the truck and roll with me and see what's poppin'. Welcome, M2T fam. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's day is going well. Hope everything is good with the fam. You guys already know that you in my prayers. All right, without any further ado, I have a story for you guys today. As I'm sure you all have heard, that R&B legend, iconic, Grammy-nominated singer Angie Stone has passed away. Angie was traveling an Alabama interstate on her way to Atlanta March 1st, 7 a.m. in the morning to go perform in Atlanta. However, she was unfortunate and wasn't able to make it. She was in a very bad tragic accident that unfortunately took her life, and she was hit by an 18-wheeler. Check this out.
We're glad you're joining us for WSFA 12 News at 10. I'm Monet Stevens. New details emerged following the fatal crash that has claimed the life of Grammy-nominated R&B artist Angie Stone. According to the Alabama law enforcement agency, the Mercedes Sprinter van Stone was riding in had turned over on the roadway before being shot by an 18-wheeler. The crash happened 2 miles south of Hope Hull near mile marker 164. Now, this is just 5 miles south of the Montgomery city limits in Montgomery County. Stone had just performed in the city of Mobile on Friday night at the 2025 Grand Marshals Ball. That's according to Mobile Area Mardi Gras Association. Now, her publicist Deborah Champagne told WSFA that the singer was scheduled to meet in Maryland today for a performance at the CIAA basketball tournament. Stone's publicist remembers her as an honest, talented person that left a big impact on the music industry.
Her songwriting skills were second to none. Literally, she wrote a lot of songs for the Sugar Hill Gang label that she never got credit for, and but she was just an incredible talent. I mean, when I say very smart, she was just a very, very smart woman.
There were 9 total passengers in the van, and Stone has been the only reported fatality. Montgomery Mayor Stephen Reed released a statement saying, in part, Montgomery joins the music world in mourning the loss of Angie Stone, a trailblazer whose voice and artistry shaped generations.
She is known for songs such as Baby.
I was your baby, 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 baby. You needed hugging.
Songs such as No More. My favorite, a song such as we want to send our prayers and condolences to the Stone family and let them know that our prayers are with you guys. 9 people was off in that vehicle with Angie. 9 people. Angie was the only one that unfortunately lost her life that day. Now, as the news reporter said, the car supposedly spent out of control, and once it spent out of control, a 18-wheeler came through. It was one of our brothers. And you guys seen the 18-wheeler in the footage over to the side. As you can see, Angie had just done, maybe a month or 2 ago, a tell-all about the industry. Now, I do know, well, I'm not going to say I know, but I've heard a lot about the industry when it comes to being exposed. And this is exactly what she did in this tell-all. She exposed them, and she did it on Facebook Live. Supposedly, the industry who she was signed with, it was either Aristo or Universal, I believe it was Universal, had been stealing money from her, allegedly. And Angie had been in the game for 50-some years, 40, 50-some years. And she couldn't understand how she was basically broke. I would like for you guys to check out exactly what it was that Angie said in this tell-out. It's not long, it's only a couple of minutes, so do her the honors of at least hearing her story and her part, so we can have a better understanding of what she was up against at her time of passing. Check this out.
Okay, so if you're ready for us to go live and to get this bit of information, no, I didn't make it a secret reveal. I should have, but I will have my team post it as a reveal because it is a secret that I'm revealing. But the latter part of the conversation is really, really crazy. What happened 2 days before my show? Whew. But God, I'm trying to keep from crying because the devil was very, very, very particular in targeting me. But anyway, I was rushed to the hospital because I wasn't breathing so well. Came to find out, I had what was a bacterial blood infection that I had gotten when they stuck me with the needle. It had went into my bloodstream and caused a staph infection of the blood. Now, I didn't have a clue that there was a blood infection until they rushed me into ICU. I went into ICU and I went to use the restroom and I passed out in the restroom. My oxygen went all the way down and rendered me basically unconscious. When I came back to, the nurses began to tell me that I was screaming for Jesus because when I went down, I'm sorry, I didn't know that, I didn't know what was happening. All I know is it was all of a sudden. And I began to praise God and call on his name because I knew biblically that if I was transitioning, I needed to be calling on Jesus. And I need to be calling him by his name. So I began to scream his name. When they brought me to is when they told me I was lucky to be alive because I was on the floor. And sorry. I knew it was an attack. I knew it was a spiritual attack on me. However, I was treated and God healed me. He cleared up. After 2 weeks, solid, they cleared up the blood infection. I'm just here to let you know the only reason I hadn't been on my live and just getting with y'all on this because I had to get postured with God one-on-one. Sometimes God will make you stand still. When you're doing the most you can for everyone, he will stand you still so that your complete focus can be on him. God he knew that I was about to come into some things. And as I began to come back to myself completely, I remembered everything that I was working on. I remember the people that were in my immediate circle that were supposed to be there to help me. By the time it was all said and done, the Christmas song had been snatched down for what reason. I wasn't in a position to really fight that. I had to fight to live. So I couldn't worry about that because I knew that it would take care of itself, but not without the devil trying to blame me for the mishap. Lo and behold, I won't call any names, but people quit on me because they thought it was me. Like I said, I can't call any names because I'm not that vicious. I don't want to hurt anybody, and I really don't want it to be their downfall. But I will tell you, people left me in that dark, dark moment when I really needed support. My kids were there for me. My true friends were there for me because they knew this is serious. They thought that blood infection would have damaged my heart, so I went into a lot of testing to make sure there was not heart scarring. Lo and behold, all of that came out fine. I was not scarred by the heart, thank God. But the staph infection was supposed to scar the heart and the lungs, and it cleared up, thank God. So I just wanted to be transparent with you all because I don't always have it all the way together. But I'm a hard worker. You know, I play hardball, but I love twice as hard. And because I do love my fans, and especially shout out to Raheem Devon, who got on the stage in Detroit that night in my place, and he had the entire audience say, "Get well soon." He called me, "Sis, what's going on?" And when he found out, he said, "I got you." So I owe you one, bruh. I owe you one. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, as I was coming through all of this, I soon found out that one of the biggest companies that I was with, Universal Music, it's the second part of the ugly truth. We began to research things to check on my royalties and my statements and things that of that nature, only to find out a lot of my publishing, a lot of my royalties, my mechanicals, they have all pretty much been stolen. As I begin to find out things that I never had to look into, because when you hire a team of people that to some degree supposed to have your back, you're thinking that they're getting it all together for you. You know, that's why, you know, I respect Oprah Winfrey in that respect when she said, do your own research. Angie Stone, the celebrity, that I let a lot of important things slip through the cracks only because I didn't know any better. I worked very hard to take care of my kids as a single mother, and I'm being transparent. My kids' fathers just were not doing what they're supposed to do. So I had to step up and go in and do everything that I needed to do for my family, which is why I worked so hard, which is why I traveled so much, which is why I did shows, because at the end of the day, after 40-something years in the business, I'm like, well, why? Where are my royalties going? Because I'm not getting this. Come to find out, Universal Music has been receiving all my royalties, all my mechanicals. They've taken pretty much everything. They've stolen, I won't say stolen, but they have taken all the monies that were due to me. They have basically absorbed in that company. And, even though there's several class action lawsuits, people that were working on my behalf never even registered the songs. All the songs that I've done, I'm only coming to find out they were not properly registered by the companies that I signed over to. People that were supposed to do their due diligence. So I'm truly a walking testimony that God has carried me all this time, because if you only knew how much money they have taken from me, how much they have stolen from me, monies that I'm supposed to be, I should have been able to retire 20 years ago with the money I've made, supposedly. But there are key people that have been driving the ships. And what they've been doing is improperly representing me, improperly stealing from me, taking things in their own hand, changing and switching lanes because they knew I didn't know that part. See, I'm not an attorney. I don't know everything. What I learned how to do was go out, work hard, get paid, come home, pay my bills, take care of my family. That part. The legal side, when you hire attorneys and managers and agents, they're supposed to make sure the gray area over there that they're in the driver's seat for, they're supposed to make sure you're taken care of. And even though they were taking care of themselves, they thought very little of taking care of me. And I know because I've seen it with my own eyes. So I'm just here to let you know, one way or the other, Universal Music, you're going to have to give up my coins. And so what I'm doing now is whatever is necessary to make sure they pay me for the legacy of my life, for my children and my grandchildren. They're going to have to give me my money. I mean, when you sit back and think Bruno Mars, Dr. Dre, when you think about all these people that have sampled music, if they're filthy rich on it, what's our problem? Or my problem? It's not a straight line, you know. I've been one to kind of play fair. I stay out of harm's way. You know, I can't avoid trouble always, because I'll tell you this, no matter who we hook up with and how we hook up, they're always going to make it confrontational when it doesn't suit their liking. But I don't care about that. I got to pass all of that. But everybody that works hard for 50 years should be able to retire in peace, should be able to sit back without looking for your money. So I got a team of people, a diesel crew, that's really trying to help me navigate things. And if I never get it, at least you heard it from me, because I don't know what they might do to keep from paying me all the money they owe me. Okay? All the money they owe me. It's ridiculous that someone has played with my life and my career for this long, for their own benefit. I mean, have you no conscience? There's a special place in hell, just like my girl Selena said, for people like that. There's a brick wall waiting out there for hard heads. And I promise you, God said, touch not my anointed and do my prophet no harm. So even in this hour, I'm going to pray for you, because I know that God said that he will fight my battles if I would just endure to the end. So I'm definitely going to get that. And I don't want nobody to be upset with me. I don't care what they think about me. I just want people to know that when you get in this industry, there are so many twists and turns. And even though you have the Almighty God with you, they still going to try you. Because just because I believe in God don't mean they believe in God. They don't believe in God. So they think I'm a fool and a bunch of other people because we love hard, we give hard, we go, but it don't mean we stupid. Okay? Well, on that note, look, guys, I'm going to take a break. I just wanted to share with you guys. I really think I'm back. And now they're going to make me go in like a turbo boost. I'm a beast. The next album, you ain't going to be able to handle it, because now that I have my capacity to breathe and do everything. I'm going in the studio with a vengeance. And I can surely tell you, we've already got the title of the album worked out, and I'm going to try to have it done by the end of January, if not before. But it's going to be a beast. I'm going to, I had to remember how dope I was back in the day when we did Black Diamond, when we did Mahogany. So I'm going back to that Angie, because that was the one that told it like it was. And so now I see I'm posturing in a position where I got to tell it like it is. And that's why I'm telling on Universal and all the people that y'all work with me. Y'all know who you are. You've been spotted. You've been seen. Your worth is useless to me now because I've seen the data. That's all I'm going to say. And I hope to God you enjoyed spending every dime you took, because you're going to give it back one of these days. All right, on that note, he's wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Now, when I get back on here later on today, all I'm doing is allowing you guys to know that the products that I told you we would have for Thanksgiving, we're ready to roll out. So we can actually start sending packages out. I'm going to start bringing some of the merch to my live shows where you can purchase, take a picture with me, that kind of stuff. But now I'm finna go all the way in. All right? So on that note, thank you so much for listening to my testimony and keeping me lifted. I am still here. The devil did not take my life. And God spared me and gave me the extra time I needed to get y'all straight. All right, look for some new horizons for Angie Stone. I'll tell you this one thing. I'm doing some stuff with my brother Montel Jordan that you're going to love. Can't give the secret away right now, but it's coming. There's a lot of things happening. There's a big movie on the table that because of that blood infection now, I know that I can pull it off because God is taking that away from me. So I'm just telling you guys that everything happens for a reason. Sometimes we can't be somewhere because that's God's strategy. Shout out to Jamie Foxx for his new live comedy. Oh my God. And what was it? And what it was, how it was, what had happened was, and that's my story. He and I born a day apart. So just like Jamie Foxx, I'm here to tell you what had happened was. Okay? Shout out to Jamie and his family for just standing in the gap for him. I'm not the only one, and neither is he. Y'all be blessed. Until the next session, peace and blessings.
I've heard a lot of stories of the industry getting rid of people that exposes them. R&B icon singer r&bsinger, he's in a condition right now where he's fighting with his health. He supposedly had something slipped in his drink. P. Diddy wife, she supposedly had something slipped in her drink. Heavy D, he supposedly had something slipped in his drink. And the list goes on and on and on and on. There's also people that doesn't want to abide by the industry rules or come into the industry, such as Young Dolph, and end up getting, because they want to stay independent and they don't want to have no parts of the industry. And the list goes on and on and on. So what Angie is saying in her story, me personally, I can see how it can be true. Now, she all of a sudden came up with pneumonia. She said it was because they end up, when they was taking blood and sticking up with the needle and stuff, it ended up getting in her system and she ended up catching staph infection. That is, I mean, if that's her story, that's her story. I do know that the industry does not like to be exposed. And it's quite ironic how not even a month or two after she did that, she ended up passing. I'm not saying that the industry is at fault for Angie's passing, I am saying that they are known to unalive people if they end up getting out of line with them in whichever kind of way. Whether it's through a very tragic illness, accident, or unaliving them like that. So I wanted to bring this story to you guys today, and I wanted you guys to get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about this story. It's a very sad day in the R&B community. Me, myself, was a very big fan of Angie Stone. This one hits a little different. So get in the comments and let me know what you guys think about this video. And I appreciate you guys pulling up on me. Rest in peace, Angie. Rest up, Queen. Big shout out to my A1 Day Ones. Big shout out to the one that just be glancing in to see what's popping. And a special shout out to my new subscribers. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the support, fam. You already know. Until next time, it's your boy.
I just got in a whole brand new bag. I'm running around. Hey, jewelry moving like juice. Stacking up gold in it. Look, I just leveled up. I thank God. Straight from the mud. Now it's time to get the pie. Sweat in the blood. You can see it in my eyes. My future turning up. What a time to be alive. I'm that nigga. I don't mean to brag.